Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. Welcome to Tours.
You probably received many emails from us, requests and questions, and here we are. I'm David Giron, and
I'm Elisabeth Herniou.
so we are your hosts for this week, and welcome to the opening ceremony of this new European Conference of Entomology.
Doesn't show.
The slide doesn't show.
This is the first e-cup. There will be, hopefully, not so many more. Here we are.
Well, it took me 10 minutes to do this, so I will do it again. So, welcome to the wonderful city of Tours. It's a real pleasure, especially for me, because I'm from here. So I'm a true Tourangeau. And I hope that you will take this opportunity to also discover everything the city has to offer, including nice foods, very strange creatures. And I just added here a small pictures of me at the Botanical Garden just a few years ago. This is Bobby Le Phoque, which is an icon in Tours. So, before we continue with this introduction, please welcome Archie Murphy, the XIII Chair for Presidium of Entomology.
Thank you very much, David, and welcome everybody. It's great to see you all. I'm just going to give a brief introduction to the Presidium. So this is a small group of about 10 entomologists tasked with ensuring continuity of the European Congress of Entomology from one Congress to the next. So these are my colleagues here I would like to thank and pay credit to. I won't go through their names in detail, but suffice it to say that we have a good regional representation and also a good range of subjects covered as well within the group, so we can plan ahead for the next Congress. We have a fantastic French team. I can say that. I'm Scottish, and Scotland have unfortunately left the World Cup, so I can root for France. But really, just on behalf of the Presidium, all I'm going to do really in this talk is just say thank you to the chairs, David and Elizabeth. They've put together an absolutely fantastic program. It really is amazing, the amount of sessions, the amount of talks, the amount of posters, the amount of activities. It really is incredible. And it takes a tremendous amount of time and effort, and probably some blood, sweat and tears as well, to put the Congress together. So thank you to David and Elizabeth. I'd like also to thank the administrative and financial manager, Ms. Aurelia Cartereau, the organising committee, the scientific committee, the professional conference organisers, VERTCOM, led by Mr. Claude Faubert, and the supporting organisations, the sponsors, and all the volunteers as well who've given up their time and energy to make the conference a great success. So thank you again. I'd like to say a little bit about the history of the Congress. So it started in 1978 in the UK, and then we've had meetings in Germany, the Netherlands, Hungary, the Czech Republic, Greece, Turkey, Naples, and Tours. So we have had a diverse range of congresses throughout Europe. I should say there will be an announcement at the end from our colleagues in Valencia for the next Congress in 2030. We had a very nice email from Professor Van Emden that was sent to David and myself just before I left, and wishing us well, and saying that in the first Congress in Reading there were 150 delegates, and in this Congress there are 1,400. So the Congress has really expanded and grown since it was first initiated. So that's me. Thank you so much for being part of the European entomological community. I think it's important that we come together face to face in what can be somewhat troubling times. I hope you'll get a good opportunity to present and discuss your work. I hope you'll get a chance to meet new collaborators. And I hope that you will have maybe some happy accidents, that you'll discover something unexpected that you didn't think you would, or meet somebody new that can be of value in your work ahead. Most of all, have a great Congress. Thank you very much.
So the first idea of a European Congress of Entomology actually started the year I was born. So it seems logical that at some point it should be in France. Before we continue, please welcome the Vice President for Research of the University of Tours, Professor Daniel Alquier.
Thank you very much, David. First of all, I would like to thank Elizabeth and David and all the colleagues from ERB to organizing this fantastic conference. You are so numerous today in Tours. We are very happy to welcome you. I have a comment from David that asked me to be not as boring as a vice president in general. So I will do my best to do that. So probably when you will think about Tours, you always think about the golden age of Renaissance, our fantastic authors, probably of the Loire Valley and the King Castle, and of course what you will taste these days, food and wine, which is the art of our city. And I hope that after this presentation, you will remember that Tours University is a very young university, born in the 70s. And we get more than 300 national degrees, 32,000 students. And our budget is more or less 260 million. We get 320 university partners with more than 200 in Europe. We get 34 research units, and I will come back on that, and we are quite innovative university. We have more than 400 contracts and more than 80 patents active today. Well, our three main fields are biology and one else, science and technologies, and of course, humanity and social science. So we cover most of the fields, and one heart of Tours University is interdisciplinarity. I told you there is 34 recognized research team, 10 with our national organism, especially CNRS, INSERM, and INRAE. We have 900 permanent researchers, 340 staff, and 600 PhD students. The budget of research is around 75 million euro a year, and I ask myself, I'm microelectronic scientist, and sometimes I work with Jérôme Casas, that will come a bit later, and I ask, where do we cross entomology and microelectronics? So something remind me this fantastic Black Mirror episode, season 3, episode 6, where yes, we have massively killed people using these beautiful AI bees. I ask myself, can I do that? With my coworkers in ST, we are able to do the MEMS gyroscopes. Colleagues in Limoges can do the antenna for me. Probably my colleagues from DARPA can do the wings. We also do that in our lab. And we can do these beautiful needles. Yeah, I think we can do that. Especially what I want to tell you again before closing is I hope that when you will leave Tours after the conference, You will remember that around ERB, Tours is a wonderful place for entomology, both in research and formation. I wish you the best for this conference.
Thank you, Daniel, for this wonderful introduction. And now let me welcome David Giron, who is going to tell you a little bit about our institute, IRBI, Insect Biology Research Institute. David?
La lumière. So this is most likely the only time you will see the director with the lab coat. So when you think about a conference, you first think about science, of course. But the conference is much more than that. It's thinking about catering, social program, outreach activities, art, but also logistic, administration, funding, exhibition, and communication. And on top of that, you want to create something during that conference. So you think about equity, inclusivity, sustainability, about networking between people, about excitement and discovery, about your well-being, of course, and how you can train people to learn new things and go to the next step in their career. All of this leads to 3 years of intense preparation, especially the last month, and quite a big budget to handle. So we had countless ideas, doubts and questions, complexities to solve, countless efforts and sleepless nights, but also wonderful collaborations, memorable moments, teamwork, and personal and scientific support. All of this couldn't have been possible without the implication of the entire institute, which is a task force of about 80 to 100 team members, among them 30 permanent academic staff, which is quite unique in France to have so many permanent positions. And all of us are working for entomology. So thanks you, everyone. I took all of you in that journey, and you did a great job, so thank you very much. So you will have the opportunity at the exhibition area to discover some of the things I will highlight here, but our institute focuses on the interaction between insects and their biotic and biotic environments, and we are interested in the functioning, the evolution, and response of insects to environmental disturbances. Of course, we take into account microorganisms, either pathogenic or symbiotic, any kind of pathogens. And more recently, we started to make more and more connections with insect and human societies. Through different topics, the SDGs, the One Health approach, and how to characterize and preserve natural and cultural heritages. The Institute is interdisciplinary by nature since it was created. So we not only have physiologists, ecologists, behavioral ecologists as well, but also chemists, physicists, mathematicians. And we do things both in the lab and outdoor. The Institute is strongly rooted in fundamental science, but of course, we have diverse type of applications, bio-inspired technologies, feed and food, biodiversity conservation, health and vector control, urban planning and cultural heritage, and sustainable agriculture. And you will have the opportunity to see some of these topics during this week. And because we are also a CNRS lab, but also a university lab, 2/3 of our members are from the university, and we are very happy to have developed a complete curriculum in insect sciences with some wonderful partners with a bachelor and master, and now an international master, tackling this important issue that I just mentioned before. And for those of you who are interested, there will be different workshops on different training, not only what they are, but how to build them and to get testimonies from people who actually got some of these projects, and to give you some tips about what to do and what not to do if you want or if you hope to succeed at some EU calls. So there will be different exhibitions and different workshops more globally. So now let's get back about what we actually wanted to achieve with this conference.
So first of all, we want to thank you because you come from all over Europe. mostly France, and as you guessed, a lot of people from Tours. But thank you for all being here. And if we look a bit further afar, we can see that this conference is not only a European conference, but becomes global with partners, with attendees coming as far as New Zealand and Chile, Asia as well. It's almost 14,000 participants from 70 countries, and we have 5 plenary lectures, over 700 oral presentations, which is quite a feast to organize and put into different places. So I'm sorry if there's going to be some hiccups, but I think most of you will find a place. And we have quite a large number of posters with over 500, which require to have 2 sessions. And this is accommodated within over 50 symposia and workshops. The symposia, they are covering the full breadth of entomology. There's a large amount of talks and sessions devoted to what I will loosely call biological control, but there's integrated pest management, new biotechnological solutions as well in these areas. But there's also some symposia about conservation, new topics such as forensic entomology, archaeoentomology, which are some of them old disciplines, but other more burgeoning, like museomics, where museums embrace genomics. And we want to bridge tradition and innovation and have some dedicated symposia and workshop where we can better bring forward societal application. For this, we want to address global challenges and think about insects from the ecosystem services to emerging threats. New perspectives and collaborations will emerge surely during this Congress, as all disciplines are there and all kinds of social interaction between insects and humans are tackled. So with this, we propose a very diverse program, and I really hope you will enjoy it. Thank you to the scientific committee. It's a very large scientific committee because each symposium is organized by 1 to 3 persons, and this has been really important to nourish the scientific program and bring the excellence of insect science. From this, we also want to go beyond the research and make an impact also around us. And we, in particular, we want to bridge the gap between research and the real world and engage with society. And one of the important moments that will be outside of the conference will be the outreach day, which is called Fabulous Insects, just next door in the garden. And this is a general public day that is organized by our colleague Thomas Steinmein and Jérôme Mirolin and many volunteers that we really thank wholeheartedly, because it's a huge work that they've been doing to create this event.
So the reason why we wanted also to tackle this question of science and impact through different workshops and activities is because we are at a time where insects are very central for many threats, but also they can be real solutions to many problems. But also science is attacked from everywhere on a daily basis. So as a scientist, we need to think and talk about who we are, what we do, and how we can do differently. So that integrates the way we communicate, how we publish, our daily activity, and how we can have a greater impact in this changing and very disturbed world. So this Congress was thought also about how everyone can grow from not only scientific data and get new ideas, but also what kind of instruments can be used for funding network and projects and collaborations. So again, you will have different workshops on that with not only just the theory and what are these programs, but also personal testimonies from people who actually got this program, and again, trying to get some tips. The idea is to help you build your collaboration and expand your network, and also to learn from cutting-edge technologies. And thank you again for also people who organize these workshops. So we hope you leave inspired with new ideas, new partnerships, and lasting opportunities. Some of these opportunities will make you new friends, so that's important. One of the questions that is rising is, of course, ethics in entomology. So if you can take a few times just to answer this survey, there are QR codes also in the conference center, and then there will be a first discussion about the results during a workshop on ethics and welfare. Since the beginning, we wanted to work for also young researchers. And the idea was to keep the fees very, very low, basically covering just the meal, to attract a large number of young scientists. And we are very happy because about 1/3 of the audience is students. So this is your moment. You will discover many new things, learn from the best entomologists in the world. You will be able to present also your research, and we pay specific attention to student representation in oral presentation, and that's why also we open that many symposium and slots, so young researchers have the opportunity to present their work. And again, there will be also different workshops and activities, so you can get practical tools for the next career step. And if I remember one of my first conferences, that was during one of these conferences that I was too shy just to speak to a very well-known scientist in my field, but finally I went to him, and then we started to discuss a project, and that's how I found my first postdoc in the US. So take that opportunity, don't be shy, there is no silly questions, and just be yourself. There is a dedicated social program for early career researchers organized by early career researchers. Again, thanks to all of them. You can go online to register. Some of these activities have a limited number of places, so go online and check out. It was very important for us, for me, to work on inclusivity, diversity, and equity. So that was planned early on. That was about getting an easy access for students, to support early career parents. So with Elizabeth, we worked pretty hard trying to get some childcare and nursing facilities and reduce fees for children. To build a safe and respectful space for everyone, including LGBTQIA+ people. If some of you want to identify themselves as LGBTQIA+, there is a stickers you can put on your label, but of course it's totally optional. We try to have a diverse and equitable representation across committees, speakers, and symposium leads. This was not always easy, but that was actually the goal. And I just want to remind you that there is a zero tolerance for discrimination, and we have trained allies with these little stickers on their here, right? And there is a safe space at the entrance. These allies have been trained professionally to assist anyone who needs help. So thank you again for these allies, and thanks to everyone, because everyone should be part of this safe place.
So when we talk about equity, we tried first for gender equity, and we were quite successful in the organizing office and executive board. The scientific committee is not so bad, and basically when we have the oral presentation and the poster is almost level. And so thank you. Well, we've made an effort, but basically it's all of you who are presenting and presenting excellent work. We would like to thank our local and national support. So first of all, the University of Tours was been supporting us, the Congrès, from the very start, allowing us to book this fantastic Congress Center. The CNRS, with our second institution, University of Orléans in RAE, and P2E labs, ISP, USZF, FNO. Those are labs that are present in the region. Sorry. It's not going the right way around. No. In the region, I will just point with the mouse, the region Centre-Val de Loire, and we have other help from the Institut Universitaire de France, le Studium Loire-Vallée, la Ville de Tours, TP, and the Muséum National d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris.
We also want to thank our sponsors that provided some support and that will be present at the exhibition area: Bayer, the Royal Entomological Society, Life, Elsevier, and Invenesis. And please go visit our exhibitors. There will be publishers, there will be different industry, instruments providers, but also some artists and local shops. We try also to create a moment where you can not only connect, but also discover and enjoy. So during the poster sessions, there will be icebreakers. So please come and see the poster, of course, but enjoy also the moment. There will be different social activity. There is a full program on the app. For those of you who question why we have so ugly bags, it's because you can customize it. We have stamps hidden in the conference center, so you just have to find them and then make your bag as you want. There will be a screening of a movie, The Caterpillar, the story of a survivor. There will be different wellness activities in the morning before the conference starts, but you need to register at the conference desk. There's a limited number of places. There's also a trivia challenge organized and countless opportunities to meet, exchange ideas, and build lasting collaborations. And there is still time to book your ticket for the gala dinner if you want to join. But not so many seats. What do you say?
There is also the possibility to book some tickets with a tourist office to have a visit of a city of Tours with professional guides. So please book your tickets.
And if you have accompanying person, there will be a full set of activities and visits. At the EAB, we have been working quite a lot on merging, making together work, art and science, and you will have 2 examples during this week. So please welcome Umberto XIX, that will say a few words.
Bonjour tout le monde, and good morning everyone. Thank you, David, for giving me the floor. And as David said, my name is Umberto XIX, but something happens because this is not, okay. Okay, my name is Umberto XIX, and I'm an Italian photographer, and I dedicated the last 4 years of my work, and practically of my life, to documenting insect farming around the world. So we are now watching a short video that is trying to capture this journey, and there will be some photographs in the conference centers that you can have a look to them. And during these years, I visited research centers like the IRB, and universities and communities and small farms, and one of the most meaningful experiences for me has been to spend several months here at the IRB and in Tours at the IRB, and working in close collaboration with a lot of researchers, that some of them are among the audience here, and which contribution has been really fundamental to the developing of my work. And this experience was made possible in the beginning, especially thanks to David, that believed in it from the first meeting. And if you remember, David, the first time we were talking about it, we were already talking about this conference. You were already saying, oh, we will be great if you can do something together, and then we also will have, it's just in 2026. It's very far, but we will maybe have the time, and here we are. In a moment, here we are. That's how the time passed. So a special thanks go to David, to the University of Tours, and to Le Studium, and to everyone that shared with me knowledge, because I'm not an entomologist, as most of you are, and their time, or maybe just a smile over a coffee in the morning at the IRB. So merci beaucoup à tout le monde. Thank you very much to all of you.
So don't worry, we are almost there.
Okay. So a few housekeeping details before we close the opening ceremony. For oral presentation, please upload your presentation 24 hours before the scheduled session, so that because you've seen we have many rooms, it's a lot organized behind the curtains. And if you have technical issue, please go to the preview room on level +2. There will be impeccable time management, and your chairman and women will be harshless about your time. And if there are last-minute changes, for example, if a speaker is absent, well, we keep on schedule, so there will be a hole in the session. That's how it's done. And I'm sorry, I've made some mistakes, and so there are some erratums, and in particular, there's on Wednesday morning, there's a few sessions that are mixed up in the book, but the top is in the right place. It's just what is under it that is a bit mixed up. But it's only 4 sessions, and maybe that's a game you can play to discover to which room you should be going. The speakers, of course, will be oriented. And for the audience, please, we are presenting cutting-edge science, some of it which is not published. So photography, video recording, audio recording are prohibited. Please silence your devices before the session begins so that everybody can enjoy the talks. And each poster is displayed for 2 days. So basically, those who have been hanging their poster this morning, and if you are in today's session, please do so this morning. You need to remove your poster tomorrow night so that Wednesday session can start smoothly. In case of emergency, everything is, you are safe with us, don't worry, but if there's technical issues, medical emergency, people are here for you, and don't hesitate to call upon the numerous volunteers who are wearing a jacket if you need help.
So besides the posters and the slides, take as many pictures as you want and share them on our social media. That will make us nice memories. And if you go to a room, you are supposed to talk, and there is not your talk, but someone else's talk, that will be a challenge, just to give a secret talk. So now it's the conclusion of this opening ceremony, and thanks to everyone, and we will now start with the first plenary sessions. So it's a real pleasure and a personal privilege to introduce our next plenary speaker, Professor Jérôme Casas. Jérôme's scientific journey began with a PhD in Switzerland, followed by a position at ETH Zurich and the University of California, Santa Barbara, before joining the IRB in Tours, where he soon became its director. Under his leadership, the Institute expanded internationally and established itself as a leading center for integrative and evolutionary biology. Alongside an outstanding publication record, he has received numerous international prizes, including the prestigious Humboldt Research Award for Lifetime Achievements, and now leads one of the France's flagship national research programs. Throughout his career, Jérôme has continuously pushed the boundaries in insect science, moving between behavioral ecology, physiology, biomechanics, chemistry, and physics. His work is a remarkable reminder that the most exciting scientific discoveries often happen where disciplines meet. Many of us also know him for something equally remarkable, his memory. While most of us are happy to remember that a paper exists, Jérôme remembers the journal, the year, the language, and casually tells you that the key result is in the upper right corner of the page 2. Even more impressively, he will probably remember the conversation you had together in a conference halfway 5 years ago. As a true scientist, he also has a gift for organization and punctuality, qualities that every collaborator quickly learns to appreciate when deadlines for grants, papers, or PhD theses are approaching. Above all, Jérôme is an exceptional mentor, deeply committed to helping others develop ambitious, innovative, and successful research and careers. Working with him never feels like following someone else's vision, it feels like building one together. It therefore seemed only fitting to open XIII 2026 with him. Biomimetics is one of the Herbis Signatures research team, and this year it makes its debut at XIII with 2 dedicated symposia and a workshop. We could not imagine a better person to launch this conference, someone who not only embodies scientific precision, interdisciplinarity, and scientific excellence, but also perfectly reflects the ambition we set for this conference and the spirit we hope to create from the beginning. Finally, if I may end on a personal note, my own journey in entomology began with Jérôme. I was a trainee taking my first step in research, not really knowing where I was going and who I was, while he was a young professor who had just arrived in France. Looking back, I realized how fortunate I was to witness from the very beginning the enthusiasm, generosity, and scientific curiosity that have inspired so many of us ever since. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Professor Jérôme Casas.